This is Ava's pool of questions. First question. Ava, the BB blockbuster was a new element to Big Brother this season. How did you how do you feel about the twist overall and its impact in the season?
Say that the twist was interesting. It definitely allowed for a lot of people that were really good at competitions to power through the game, which is both interesting and scary as a player because I'm not that great at competitions.
Do you stand by your comments against Rachel after she was eliminated? And would you say those things in her face when you see her?
Well, to be frank, I guess I don't really need to say anything to her face if she watches the show.
You consistently called Vince out this season, asking him not to contact you post show and even nicknaming him the Lip. But when you had a choice to make during the White Locust competition, you picked him over your final two, Rachel. Why did you choose to prioritize Vince?
Um, Rachel did not want me to pick Lauren, and I was scared that Lauren might go home if somehow down the line Rachel had gone first. So I let Vinny make the decision, and I passed the buck off on to him. I didn't see Vinny going home that night just based on his social game, so I figured YOLO. And I definitely stand by my decision at this point, given how the game went, and knowing that Vinny and Rachel were in an alliance anyways.
Ava, is your arm okay? How much of your reaction to Rachel pulling you to convince you to let her go first was about the physical pulling, and how much of it was about you once again had to make a decision on the fly?
A mix of all of it. I think it was just a mix of all of it. I think I had to make a decision on the fly. The arm's getting pulled. People are yelling at me. And I knew who I wanted to protect that night. And that was Lauren, Will, Ashley. And I felt that if Rachel went first, I couldn't protect those people.
You told Julie you didn't hold back, but were you actually strategic in how you shared information with others? Can you give an example?
Hmm. Hmm. Honestly, I don't know. Can't really remember a time. I'll get back to you.
How different would your game have been had you chosen Rachel to compete first in the White Locusts?
Well, knowing that Vinny and Rachel were in an alliance together with Ashley, probably not that different. So honestly, wasn't probably the worst thing in the world, you know?
What was it like playing Big Brother with Rachel, one of the most loved legendary house guests this season?
She's a legend, she's an icon, and she is the moment. And yeah, no, cool. It was really, really cool.
Ava, you said you didn't lie, but didn't you accuse Mickey of running your HOH when it was actually Will? Was that because Will threw his HOH to you?
Um, I don't know. Things got a little bit confusing. I would say I don't think Will really ran my HOH. I think I ran my HOH, but I don't know. I think Mickey had a lot of input. I think Will was the one to say, Ava, do whatever you want. So I wouldn't really say he ran it, but I don't know.
Choosing Vince in the White Locust twist set off a chain of reactions where your four closest allies, Rachel, Will, Kelly, and Lauren, were evicted one after another, while Vince ended up being the one to send you home last night. Do you regret choosing Vince and not one of your allies in the White Locust?
No, I don't regret choosing Vince because I didn't see Vince going home that night anyways. I think that because of his social game, he wouldn't have gone home. And had I picked Rachel, I think somebody like Ashley would have went home that night. And so What are you gonna do?
Is there anything that Vince could do to win you over should he make it to the final two?
Yeah, let's see how he plays the rest of his game. Yeah, let's just see how he plays the rest of this game. Sure, I'm open to anything.
What is something you hope people didn't notice you did or said while watching the live feeds?
Probably like picking my nose.
And last question, if you could hand out a zing to the person responsible for your eviction, what would it be?
I'd say probably I'd zing you, but Zingbot already did. So
All right. And that concludes Ava's pool of questions.